Hello, it is. It's Wednesday. We're actually early again. Tell you, I'm going to be vlogging on Monday for next week's vlog at this rate. Anyway, yeah, the reason I'm starting on a Wednesday this week is because I am off tomorrow because it is my birthday. Our work kindly let you have your birthday off, and quite a few companies have started doing that now, haven't they? But yeah, ours is one of them, so I have got the whole day off, and I was originally planning on going into town on my own. I'm going to the Lego store, and I'm going to the record store, and then maybe grabbing a little snacky, and then going for a walk. And then Gemma said, surprise, I've booked tomorrow off as well. So originally we were going to go for tea at Miller and Carter in the evening, after I picked Gemma up. But now we've got the day off together, so we've cancelled the Miller and Carter booking, and then we're going to go into town tomorrow. A lovely, beautiful sunny day, hopefully. And we'll be doing some exploring, probably get some food somewhere. Probably not anywhere new, maybe. I don't know, we haven't really decided yet. But we're just going to go some old favourite type bits. Not going to be a heavy drinking day or anything like that. Got work on Friday still. Should have booked Friday off, really, shouldn't I? But anyway, a bit too late for that. Anyway, so yeah, that's your update on why the vlog has started on a Wednesday. Updates since the last vlog, which I only finished. Actually, I finished on Monday this week. I did finish a little bit early. The freezer is working fine now. But yeah, I put some ice in it. Because obviously we're not going to start putting food in there now because we don't trust it. But I threw some ice in it and it froze perfectly. So we can, the most important thing is, have an old fashioned. But other than that, yeah, the freezer's fine. We are still going to replace it because, as I say, it is 19 years old. It's probably now not particularly efficient, and if I've left, if the seal's going on the door and it was definitely shut, but I don't know if it was shut. It might have just been a little crack at the top the other day, so I was wondering if that was why it was defrosted or anything like that. But one thing I did notice from editing the vlog, when I found out it had defrosted, I was saying like all the food had defrosted. That actually wasn't true. It was the top shelf had defrosted completely. At the time, I'd just run through the top shelf and gone, everything's defrosted. Everything must have defrosted. Bottom of the top shelf was loads of ice, and everything underneath was still pretty much okay. So that's why we ended up eating some of the food that we didn't then have to waste, which was good, So we had last night we had the chicken wings that had been in the freezer since we picked them up from Taylor's Farm Shop. Unfortunately, though, we did have mushy fish fingers, which if you've had it before, it's a terrible complaint. Nothing worse than mushy fish fingers. So they had to go in the bin, and yeah, pies, sausages, we didn't end up eating those because we realised they'd been sort of defrosted for like 48 hours. No upset stomachs or anything though from what we had eaten from there. And yeah, now everything out of the freezer is gone. So the only thing we regularly eat from the freezer normally is frozen chips and the chicken pieces that we get from Taylor's, which unfortunately we did have to throw quite a lot of that out. So for now, for the next couple of weeks or so, we're going to live with it, make a nice decision on what we'd like to replace it with, get something that we like the look of, and then we'll get that delivered at some point as well. But we can do chips, chips the old-fashioned way, using potatoes. Apparently that's the done thing, I don't know. Anyway, enough about freezers and fridges. I am working, so I'm just going to get myself some lunch now, and we'll probably catch up tomorrow for my birthday. I don't actually know why I started so early, I just had a sudden flash of inspiration. Good evening, Cody.
Good evening.
It's Wednesday evening, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Having a nice tea. Bit of a mix.
Like a ploughman's.
Like a bit of a fancy ploughman's that we picked up and all the bits from Asda when we were out, didn't we?
Yeah, because it was supposed to be having like lamb shank with mash and veg, but it's really not lamb shank, rather.
No, we're going to have to eat that at some point. We've had it.
Yeah, it's got good date on it, so we're alright.
Okay. But yeah, now we're going to have a nice evening in the garden. Mm-hmm. Have a couple of cold beers and a relax, listen to some music, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
All of our plants have really shot up over the past week as well. And lots of my dandelions that last week were all yellow have now turned into their The little clocks with all the seeds on them as well.
Apparently the goldfinches like to eat the seeds
Ah, do they now?
off the dandelions.
Well, I did put some Niger seed back on the feeder, but I haven't seen a goldfinch in the garden since. But we have heard them, so they live up in those trees up there. Anyway, not said this for a while, but took in time. After the end of last week's video, there's possibly a certain irony that we're using the freezer to cool down beers now, because it does actually work and there's nothing in it. Oh, those are lovely and cold as well. Well, we managed to stay out long enough for some of the LEDs to come on, which is the first time this year. We're going to head in though, it's getting a little chilly now. We'll catch up with you tomorrow when we go into town for a little bit. Here she is playing fetch. I was hoping I might be able to catch her. She's not perfect at it. She sometimes forgets herself and doesn't bring it back. And sometimes she just gets distracted because she's a cat. But well, there we go. How cute is this? I've always wanted a cat that would play fetch. Sounds really silly because we did used to have Holly Dog. Holly Dog, well, lived for playing fetch, but it's really cute playing with a cat. And she gets upset if you don't throw it for her. Oh, I think I've thrown it. It's gone under the table. But yeah, she gets upset if you don't throw it for her and just cries louder and louder and louder. Well, so it is my birthday today, so we are going to go head down to town for a little bit. Have some walk, get some walking done, I think. Explore some shops, and get some food. Gemma got me the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack on vinyl with the, what's it called? The Zoetrope. So when you play it, it has an animation as it spins. I'll try and show you later in the vlog, probably on Saturday I'll try and show you that. That's very cool, I was not expecting that. Thank you, Gem. And she also got me a polar bear tracking, like a little bracelet thing that you can wear, and you get an app on your phone and you can track a polar bear. That's cool. Wow, what a day to visit town. I am, by the way, aware of the lens flare on the camera. I just can't really do much about it right now. It's just monkey fingerprints in this case. But yeah, I think it's the warmest day of the year so far. It's up in the 20s. It's going to get cooler tomorrow though. We just had a quick look through the HMV store and we're just going to go and have a look at some new stuff that's opened in town, I think, today. So one of the new places that's opened is the Bath and Body Works, which I'm sure Jen will be happy about. We may check it out. I'm going to have a look in the Lego store. We've also got Uniqlo. I don't know what we're going to film in these shops, I'll be honest with you, but we can let you know what we thought. I feel a bit weird filming in shops, if I'm honest. Bath and Body Works first. See what offers are on. The deals don't quite compete with Florida, but... And Gemma's pinked out the pink pineapple sunrise. And the issue we do have is she wants the shower gels, but we can get them cheaper imported than we can buy them in here. And she's also picked a couple of these single wick candles that are buy one get one free. I mean, they're 20 quid though, so they are like double the cost we'd normally pay for them, I think. Enough of that, let's go to the Lego store now. Did a bit of damage in there. There's a couple of, well, there's this new Star Wars set that I wanted, and an older one that was on offer, plus it was double points, and we picked up something for one of Gemma's friends as well. There's a rare occasion when we go to more than one shop in town. I'm going to have a quick look in the new Uniqlo. And if you are interested in new shopping, we're not big on it, but there is a Sephora opening at some point soon as well. And if you want to know where the Uniqlo is, it's just by the entrance to the cinema, the stairs. I'm going to have a quick look. Again, probably not filmed much in it. Prices are a little higher than we would have expected. About 25 quid for a pair of shorts. The weird thing about this shop is they only seem to do any size above XXL online. And I'm of an age where things are starting to travel south, my boobs, my belly. So I'm looking at moving to XXL for a lot of stuff. So I basically can't buy anything in here. I think we're about 7-0 in visiting Uniqlo and not buying anything now when you count the Disney Springs one. Anyway, Jen wants to have a look in Dr. Martens. Dr. Martens, I presume. Well, a quick trip into Rough Trade, and I picked up a couple of records, one for me, one for Gemma. And now we're going to go to Duke Street Market and get some food. We've been there many times before, so you'll know what to expect if you've watched their vlogs. Here we are up here on the right, across the road from the Liverbird Street Art. You know the drilling in this place, it's scan the barcode, picked from one of the many kitchens over here. And they deliver it straight to the table, so we've just ordered some food and drinks. There we go, we've ordered chips. There's more to come. I got the pork burrito this time, trying something new to me. The burrito's fantastic. Gemma also got us some crispy cauliflower. Gemma's gone for the chicken bibimbap. That is a plate full of food, that one, isn't it?
Fried chicken, veggies, rice, chili sauce.
Looks good and fresh. Is that nice?
It's delicious.
You're very full now.
Yeah.
There was a lot of food, that one.
I didn't eat any vegetables, but I had loads of them.
You had loads, there's still loads left.
Yeah.
It was like 15 quid, that, wasn't it?
I think it's like $15.95, that was $8.95.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of cauliflower there.
The chips were $6, which is a lot, but it was an overflowing bowl.
And the dip and chips as well.
And the burrito was $14.99. It was very, very good though. Dinner's done, so we're going to have a wander over to Brewdog. I don't know what too far because Gemma's full. We went for Sure Shot Baron von Beanback. Gemma's got the cold beer peach again. This is lovely. We've been for four. We've had that one a couple of weeks ago. We both like that one. Gemma especially, didn't you? You had two last time you came. And we've wandered across town. We're over at our old favourite Dead Crafty. I've ordered Daisy Chain and Gemma's getting the Dead Crafty collab lemon yellow, so let's give this one a try. Quite fizzy, a little sharp and bitter tasting. This is the Daisy Chain. It's my weekend project and it's 5.4% pale. Not bad. I'm going to go about a 3.5 on that. Not much in flavour.
I'll try them. Well, no, you've tried them before.
And yeah, I have tried Gemma's before, but it was a long time. Ooh, it's lovely and fresh actually. That's better off on tap. We had it in can before. Nice and fresh. That one's a 4, I think, and I didn't give that a good rating last time I had it. Sorry, Dead Crafty. And while it's my birthday, I've gone for a New York beer called Equilibrium Starlight. This is 8%. It costs 12 quid. Pay a premium for stuff that comes over from the US. Let's give it a try now. It's really good, that one. That's going to be a 4.25, possibly 4.5. And while we're enjoying our beers and Dead Crafty, I just have to say thank you to Marie for saying hello to us on the way up towards the bar. It was nice to meet you. We did think you were maybe a relative that we couldn't. That's why we were a little taken aback. We're like, do we know you?
We're always taken aback when someone recognises us.
Yeah, it doesn't happen super often.
No, it
So it was very nice. So thank you for saying hello and saying happy birthday. Hello, Gemma.
Never mind vlogging. The kitties won't feed in.
Oh.
They're massive.
They were in the window waiting for us. They weren't happy.
Like this.
Yeah. Where have you been? But yes, we are home now. It's getting on, just coming up to 9 o'clock. Didn't stay out too late tonight because it is a school night. But we had a nice afternoon. Well, I had a nice afternoon, did you?
I had a lovely afternoon. The weather was glorious.
It was glorious, wasn't it?
What are you looking at? What is it?
Anyway, we'll catch up with you later in the week when the vlog will continue. See you then. Well, it's Friday. I'm just taking a little break from work and I came out here. Wanted to top the bird bath up. It's full of bees. There's what? 7 bees in there? 6, 5. One of them just left. There was about 10 when I arrived. Yeah, I'll probably give them a bit of time if they're... oh, hang on. Some of them are leaving. I mean, I'm assuming I'm in no danger of standing next to bees at this point. I need a beekeeper. I don't know where they've come from. They're not in the garden anyway. Good morning. We skipped most of the rest of Friday. It's Saturday now. Just because all we did last night was have tea. We didn't do anything major. Like, we didn't go anywhere or do anything fancy. We just had tea. Anyway, I've just been to Home and Bargains because there was an important purchase that we needed to make. When Gemma saw that in the Echo, she was on the Echo I mentioned last week, she was like, we need that. So I bought it. I forgot as well that Home Bargains owns Love Lane Brewery now. So I picked up some cans of beer from Home Bargains. There's a cat under my feet. I had a little look round Smith's Toys because obviously May the 4th is current. The Star Wars stuff. They were giving away free sets of Lego. So when I went to the Lego store for my birthday, they gave me this free set of Lego. Smiths, well, they gave me that set of Lego when I spent over 35 quid, which I did. Smiths were just like, yeah, just take one on your way out. That was alright. Oh, and I bought a soft close toilet seat. Very refined. What an interesting purchase too. I mean, the toilet seat that I only bought 6 months ago is more of a, I'd say it's a hard closed toilet seat. It's a, if you stand up at the wrong angle, it'll take your back wheels off the toilet seat. So it keeps slamming and scaring the out of me. So I'm going to replace it with a soft close one. Right, plans for today. There's definitely probably going to be more gardening, but I might actually try and concentrate on inside the house a bit more today because we need to do some pots, which is not great for vlogging, but there we go. But we've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday off because it's bank holiday. They always celebrate my birthday with a bank holiday. That's absolutely what it is. It's nothing else. So we'll after today, Gemma's got Sunday, Monday off as well. She's in work today though, unfortunately. So we'll, I'm sure we'll keep you up to date on what we're up to. But in the meantime, I'm going to get some tidying done and get ready for tonight. I think my sister's going to come down tonight and say hello. To me, not you. Sometimes I should think about these things before I actually start recording them because otherwise it just tends to waffle. So instead, just look at Pixie extremely closely. You're right, sweetie. I've put Broderick and what did Gemma call this one? I can't remember. I'll find out in a minute for you. And the owl out. I did notice that this £10 one from Home Bargains has a considerably bigger solar cell than this £20 one from the garden centre. This one's much nicer painted though. Carmichael. Broderick, Carmichael. I don't know why we named them. And I'm not going to show you because, well, it's a toilet seat, but I have put the toilet seat in, and yeah, it soft closes, so I don't need to hit the ceiling every time it falls over when I'm not expecting it, or potentially have injuries. And I did mention that I was going to show you the Zoetrope vinyl as well, and I haven't done. I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to have to change the camera slightly. Let's see if it works. Yeah, I don't think that's working. Hang on a second. There you go, you can see it now. It's animated. It'll fall out of sync every so often because it's running at 33 frames and I'm running at 30. And there's the other side. It's actually running so quick I can barely see it. I might have to slow down the video. It's pretty cool. I like it. The annoying thing is, when I stop the video from recording, it looks really good. When I start it again, it looks blurry. Oh, this is the best one. You can see it falls out of sync every so often, but then it drops back in again. Assuming it looks the same back unedited. That's nothing to do with the record, that's just the way the camera's trying to focus. There we go. I think it's seeking for the focus a little bit. Although the centre does look in focus, but then it'll drop back in again. And of course it's not just a visual toy, it actually is the soundtrack. You can listen to it as well. It's cool. And I'm not sure if I mentioned them on the vlog earlier in the weekend, but the records I bought from Rough Trade, I did call to Rough Trade, I don't even know I ever mentioned that, it was before we went to the Duke Street Market. I bought myself one of my all-time favourite albums from when I was a youngster, Music for the Jilted Generation by The Prodigy. I actually bought this for the inside art, that's really cool. It's just going to look really cool on record because I've got it on CD. And I bought Gemma, Madonna's first album. This was on sale for $17.99, so I thought I'd pick it up for it. And it turned out to be a good choice because Holiday, I think she said, was her favourite track. Only 8 tracks? But come on, Madonna, you could have done more than that. There we have the Prodigy on the back when Leroy was a dancer and Keith Flint was still with us. And then on the inside, you have the fantastic art of the Criminal Justice Act shutting down raves and the ravers across the bridge, chopping the bridge so they couldn't get it. Jim will paint it. It's just done a version of this, and it's Lord of the Rings, and this is Gandalf, and he's cutting the bridge, and all of like the orcs are on this side, and all of the Fellowship are on this side. It's really good. And the vinyl in this is very thin compared to some of them I've got, especially that Zoetrope one that Gemma got me. That's thick as a pit prop, but this one's a lot thinner. It reminds me of stuff you used to buy in the 90s. Man, this reminds me of being about 15 and hearing this for the first time, being absolutely blown away. And a handsome boy has joined us to listen to some records. Sometimes the cats like to come in and listen to records. I think he's just looking for somewhere to lie down out of the way of the kittens, to be honest. And yeah, we still call them kittens. They're nearly 4 years old, but we still call them kittens. Anyway, as much fun as I have looking through my old CD collection and stuff, I need to get some parts done now. So I've listened to the first half of that album, but it's a blooming long album. I've forgotten how long it is. So I'm going to get some house tidying done. We'll pick up with you in a bit. I've washed every dish we own, pretty much. The weather's still too nice to be spending all day in the house, though. So since I've made some good progress in here, I'm going to get the lawnmower out. And we just had an emergency on. This little bee friend here had landed in the water and was trying to get out and was struggling. So I've given it I've got a little stick and pulled it out and popped it to one side. Seems to be alright now though. We'll see if it survives. This should put a bit of pep in that bee's step. This is just cane sugar and water. So I'm actually going to have to stop mowing about halfway up the garden because there's about 7 or 8 bees on that bird bath and I don't want to disturb them too much and get stung or something. Would be a really bad time to find out that I'm allergic to bee stings. But anyway, I have put a little bit of cane sugar water down right next to that bee's head. He's not looking great though, I'll be honest. I don't know how long he was in the water for, so hopefully you can find that and get some energy back into him. The colours on that one are beautiful. Those ones are Gemma's favourites over there. Those are the ones I planted, the dahlia. And this is something else I planted. It's the only one that actually grew. We also found cat poo in that one yesterday, so that was fabulous. And I've managed to do the best I can with up here. All the bees I've noticed have now gone, including the bee that was in the water that I gave the sugar water to. So that's good. Hopefully he can carry on about his beekeeping, his bee business, whatever he does. Pollinating, that was the one. I'm not going to mess around with this today too much because I've just done all the lawns. Well, some of the lawns. So we're going to leave this for a little while. I'll probably get onto it maybe on Monday or something. But I've left these bits purposefully a bit longer, a bit more wild. Although I probably need to get rid of that bramble. These are dandelions, bluebells. And up in this corner, all the buttercups and bluebells, and there's bees pollinating things, which is good. That thing's grown, hasn't it? That's the one we bought 3 years ago now. Well, I have this Bricklink set that I bought a few weeks ago. Now, this is a super rare one because it's designed by Joshua Kingma, who is not, to my knowledge, a LEGO employee. So the Bricklink website, every few months, does a release of very limited sets. It's a LEGO-owned website, but then the LEGO help put these sets out as well. But they're designed by fans of LEGO. Blimey, there's a lot of detail in this one with all the pieces on this baseboard. But this is my favourite track on this album now, so I'm quite happy. Chilling here, just building. This album does get very odd towards the end. Got one of my favourite albums on now, Ocean Size Efflorescence. Fantastic. I love that yellow vinyl as well. It's got a red streak through it. There was one last purchase I made, and can you guess what it is? If I said it was a record, would that be a surprise? What are Amazon doing with the boxes? This was Gemma's brother, my brother-in-law, got me some vouchers, £20 vouchers. and there was a record that I wanted to buy on Thursday but couldn't find. So Amazon had it on and it was a little cheaper there, so I just bought it from there. And then they delivered it in this, and I am not confident that it's going to be in good condition, but we'll find out. Weirdly, it's in a record mailer inside that box. I'm assuming it's because they have like standard box sizes for loading the trucks. But yeah, there we go. Not so bad in the end. It looks like it survived. And it is the album Jettison by the band And So I Watch You From Afar. They've released quite a few albums over the years, this band. And we actually saw them for the first time supporting Oceanside, who I was just listening to upstairs. This is my favourite album they ever recorded. It's fantastic. So I'm going to give that a listen at some point. Not today, but it will be listened to. This is just the standard black vinyl. They're doing a reissue of it on white vinyl in the next couple of weeks, but I'm perfectly happy with the black one. Anyway, with that done, I am going to go and pick Gemma up, and I'm going to cook steak tonight for tea. Maybe do it on the barbecue, on the new skillet, or maybe just do it in the fridge. Right, we're back home. I'm going to cook steak on the barbecue using our new cast iron skillet. I need to get this thing set up so the way I've been using this previously. Load of paper and one of these fire lighters in the bottom. Get the fire going. Last time I used it I left it on for a bit too long. This time I think I'll hopefully get it better. There we go, get that cracking. This thing helps get your coals started much quicker than just if you laid them out on there and threw some lighter fluid on them. The tip I did read was to put a little piece of wood in the top, and when the wood sets fire, then it's good to go. But I forgot to do it today, so we'll just see how we get on. The smoke will die down in a minute as well. Right, the skillet's on. It just needs to get so hot that it's smoking. Assuming I can get it that hot on here. And this is the one I normally do steaks on, which will probably cook a better steak, to be honest, than that one, but it'll do. Mushrooms are on, steak's gone on. If I close the lid, the mushrooms get basically smoked and ovened, so they'll be nice. Gemma's dinner. Oh, this looks all smoky because my camera's all messed up. Enjoy, honey.
It's all smoky, it's barbecued.
Yeah, enjoy, sweetheart.
Thanks.
It was mostly a success. A few teething troubles getting the coals fired up and.
Yeah, but the cooking was a success.
Yeah. I think I prefer lumpwood charcoal than those briquettes, to be honest.
That's fine. We'll get some.
Yeah, I might go and pick some of that up tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We can use them for other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, the steak was really good. Enjoyed that. Cooked it on the barbecue for the first time. I think we'll probably try it again in the future. Maybe actually we'll get steak from Taylor's and try it in the future, because that steak was as the steak, so it wasn't quite as good. I did do one more sort of birthday treat thing. I actually bought this about a month ago. And basically what it is I've always wanted, since I started drinking whiskey, which admittedly has only been a few years ago, I've wanted to try a whiskey that's older than I am. And now I'm 46 years old, so I'm running out of opportunity to do this. So the Masters of Malt website sells drams of whiskey, and that's pretty much the only way I'm going to be able to afford a whiskey that's older than I am. And the only one they had for sale that was older than I am is this Caledonian 48-year-old single cask. It was it was opened in 2022, but the actual whiskey was they started making they put it, they did whatever they do to whiskey. It's a 1974 whiskey basically. So it's 48 years old plus the 3 years that have passed since. And I'm going to give it a try. See what I think. Now, I really don't have the delicate whiskey tasting palate to give you a review of this. But, yeah. If you're interested in knowing how much this was, they don't have any more full bottles of it left. It's not the most expensive whiskey they do by a long, long way. But this dram was £19. And a full bottle was 350 quid. So it's also the most expensive whiskey I've ever tried, despite it not being the most expensive one they sell by a long shot. But we'll give it a try and see what it comes out like. I did buy 5 drams of whiskey. I've had one. I had an Australian one the other week. It was very sweet. Not for me. I'll give this a whirl anyway. I do have my proper little whiskey tasting glass. This is an Edredor one that I picked up a few years ago. It smells like whiskey, that. Hint of paint stripper. Petrol. Well, it smells very fresh, actually. I'll give it a try, see what we think. As I said, I'm not a whiskey taster, so I can't give you, like, you know, any sort of insight into what this tastes like. I'll just tell you whether I like it or not. Ooh, that's really sweet and fruity. I wasn't sure I was going to like it because it doesn't taste like a... It's not a challenging drink at all. Ooh, it's like an almond flavour there. That's really nice. Oh, that's really good. It's a shame it's like not something I'm going to be able to drink ever again. So this is the one I bought. Tasting notes by the chaps at Massive Malt. Nose, Barrett's fruit salad, orange oil, Turkish delight style floral sweetness with deep caramel buttered pancakes and cookie dough. Palate, pecan pie. I did get that nuttiness. I said almond, but yeah, pecans. Chocolate ice cream, notes of earthy vanilla, definitely vanilla. Buttered toast, browning apple, and antique oak. And then a finish of toffee popcorn and cinnamon. Yeah, I can see what they're saying there. And basically they say it's like a dessert whiskey, and it is. It does taste really sweet and fruity. So yeah, it's a £19, 30ml of whiskey. But it's delicious. It's really nice, and I'm really pleased that I tried it. Well, it is now Sunday, and we're at Martin Mere. Have a little walk around, get some fresh air for a bit. Hopefully see some newborn baby birds, because some storks have apparently been born. That should be nice to see. Have a little bit of an explore. And we've still got our membership here, so it's no extra cost other than the fuel to get here. We won't be doing that's very cute. Yeah, we won't be doing an extensive recap of Martin Mere today, just come out to get a bit of fresh air, but we'll show you if anything new or cute that we see. It's a nice day to visit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flamingos. And the first youngster we see is actually a native coot youngster. Definitely seems to be mostly young coots. There's 3 chicks here.
Mummy, you have to see this.
Or I just stay with them.
I don't quite know who's observing who, do you? They look like they're watching us.
Yeah.
See that nest there?
Yeah, they are doing a bug trail at the minute. The eyes on this are fantastic.
It's like he's thinking.
Well, then we got some goslings as well. Gemma's very happy because there's a great crested grebe out there, we think. And just as we leave, this moorhen's got 3 chicks. They look like little puffballs. I just thought to get cracking on doing this garden, and I just heard a cat meow. Also, last time I was out here I must have left my crowbar out, because it's still there, covered in wood. Got straighted straight away, cut this wood in half, this baseboard. It's quite funny actually, I was on Bluesky and I got a message from Expedition Theme Park who had been chatting to about his last video, and he was like, I've seen your progress on your shed, you're doing well. And so far I've only got 1 bag full, I've got a couple of bags left, plenty of room for more wood. Roof's gone. One of the front panels is gone, that just leaves the 2 pieces of roof and all this scrap wood. Pretty good progress today, I think, in a flurry of probably only about 15 minutes of activity, to be honest. So we've 2 full bin bags now, which is pretty much the limit I comfortably can carry on the car without messing around. We can get 3 in at a squeeze. But that's all of the shed wood, with exception of those 2 roof panels, done. All this stuff here is just old rotten timber from the previous shed and old fence panels. It's a pity as well, because some of the wood that's coming out the previous shed is way better quality than the junk that was in that shed that I bought. And one last job before I stop. I gave the shed base a bit of a sweep off so you can see it better now. And there's a bee having a little drinky. Hello, Gemma. One of these this one's leaning.
Oh, yeah.
You'd still be able to put a shed on it, no problem, if you wanted to, or maybe put the picnic bench on it or something. Just need to get rid of all this. None of this is shed. This is all old wood from previous fences and the old shed. And there's a few bits of timber in there from the trees that we had cut down. Sorry, bits of logs from the trees we had cut down. Well, we had visits from my sister and niece, didn't we?
Yes.
Played lots more Minecraft for my niece. Convinced her that Pixie is an Italian and only speaks Italian, which was fun. We're just watching Super Enthused, and there's the Italian Pixie herself. Ciao.
She doesn't say meow, she says ciao.
That was fun. But I think we're going to relax for the evening now, aren't we? And then we'll pick up tomorrow. We're having a barbecue tomorrow, so we might get a couple of clips from that. And we'll see you then. And it is Bank Holiday Monday now. The weather's not super, but we're going to have a barbecue anyway because we plan to.
It's not cold though, is it?
No, it's not. It's not hot, but it's cooler than it was. But hopefully it might warm up a little bit later on. Just need to pop up to Tesco and get a few bits. And your dad's coming over to get some food for the barbecue as well.
Yes,
Should be nice. Hopefully slowly getting better at lighting these barbecues now, which sounds like famous last words to me. Barbecue all started and cooking. Looking good. Got some chicken done, a few chips to go with it. I also forgot to vlog, but we did have nice burgers as well. This one's been on a bit too long though, and the chicken was lovely. And we had some garlic sausages that were very garlicky. Did you all enjoy the food?
Yes, it was lovely, thank you, Mark.
Good, good.
Came out nice.
And we've got our dessert now, the
Yeah.
sweet corn.
I thought you meant the beer.
Oh, well, the beer is the main course as well, isn't it?
Cheers.
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 Oh.
Can't reach, sorry, Mark.
No.
Clink,
I don't think it works like that.
clink. Cheers all.
Well, we had a nice afternoon. Your dad's headed home now, hasn't he?
Yeah, come touch the football.
Yeah, and we're watching our 2022 Florida vlogs, which we've not seen for probably at least 3 or 4 weeks. And to be honest, I think that's going to call it for the birthday special long bank holiday weekend vlog. I'm just going to have a nice Love Lane pale ale that I picked up from Home Bargains, because apparently the owners of Home Bargains own Love Lane now. And we'll catch up with you in the next vlog, which we haven't planned anything for yet, I don't think.
No.
But we'll let you know what we do when we decide to do it. Make any sense? Anyway, look after yourselves, look after each other, and we will see you in the next vlog. Thank you for watching, and good night. Or goodbye.
What a fun.